Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. If XRP is your favorite crypto, make sure you press the like button to support the channel, and also just comment down below, yes it is, and if it isn't, just comment what other coin you like down below. Having said that, the Q4 XRP markets report has just been released, and I found it very fascinating. So much so that I want to share it with you guys and actually read through this and give my remarks everywhere where I feel it is necessary. So I might not even get to these other articles somewhere throughout this video. I might not even go talk about them purely because I want to focus in on this because, well, there's been, I think, a lack of real information. There's mostly been talk of hype, mostly been talk of, some more in the hypey part of what XRP has been doing related to this pump and dump ordeal. There's been a little bit less about the real numbers of what XRP has been doing. I mean, a big XRP transaction is cool and all, but what does that add to the network? Not that much. This report here shows exactly what use case Ripple has been building for XRP and what the statistics look like on XRP's development. So this, in my opinion, is very important as it was the last quarter of 2020. So let's read through it. Ripple publishes the quarterly XRP market report to voluntarily provide transparency and regular updates on the company's views on the state of the XRP market, including quarterly sales updates, relevant XRP-related announcements, and commentary on previous quarter market developments. So on this one, I would already like to add that, yes, even though it is voluntary, I do think it is quite necessary. If Ripple did not tell us exactly what they spent the XRP on, and also not give us a report on XRP, it would be kind of odd because we'd be really away. We wouldn't really have or feel a close connection to XRP anymore, which I think we should have, as Ripple shouldn't be the one to really decide everything, control everything, and not give us any insights on it either. That would really leave us in the dark with everything, which I personally would not like. As an XRP holder, Ripple believes proactive communication and transparency are part of being a responsible stakeholder. Moreover, Ripple urges others in the industry to follow its lead to build trust, foster open communication, and raise the bar industry-wide. Nice little introduction. I think partially of this is, of course, to kind of show the SEC that, hey, Ripple's also just an XRP holder, and, well, they want everybody to participate as well, and they want to be open because they're not the sole company behind XRP. Everybody is. Executive summary. Q4 2020 was marked by the phenomenal growth of derivative markets, soaring Bitcoin prices, and a record-breaking crypto market cap, as more investors became more so bullish about Bitcoin and adopted crypto into their portfolios. However, as crypto becomes mainstream, it is evident that the lack of US regulatory clarity has continued to stifle American innovation and progress. Last quarter, the SEC's enforcement action against Ripple had a devastating impact on XRP market participants by escalating uncertainty for US players, causing many to pause XRP trading. On this one, I think we can all relate to, it has become very difficult for US customers to purchase something. And when something, of course, I mean XRP. And I've noticed this is really quite unnecessary, as the reason this is happening, of course, is because of uncertainty. And that is also because the SEC cannot make any decision themselves. They can only throw up a decision to a judge, what they've done. But by that, they've also kind of taken away the whole freedom of innovation, basically, because Ripple, as we've seen before, has been working like this for 8 or so years. They've shown already everything publicly. And now the SEC has come up to them, which basically means they've let Ripple go free for so long, for so many years, and all of a sudden they come to collect their money or collect their stake or protect the investors all of a sudden. That's so weird. And I think it really is to only really stop the innovation instead of helping out the US investor. And I do think it has taken away some freedom, as XRP right now is being regulated, even though it should and cannot be regulated properly from an SEC perspective, as it is just not a security. By bringing this case, at least 15 billion of the XRP value was lost in the open market. We're not even considering here potential. This does not take into account the 50% rally in the rest of the crypto market over the same time period. The overall market rally was led primarily by Bitcoin, with some market participants noting that US traders who sold out of XRP post-SEC news seem to have contributed meaningfully towards the rally in Bitcoin. That said, while US regulatory action caused havoc and prompted US market participants to withdraw from a global massive virtual currency market, close to 90% of XRP volumes remained intact, and many market participants moved forward with business related to XRP outside the US. This further underscores the fact that the US is out of step with the international counterparts. And one thing I found interesting there is, think about this. You would actually think if a company, or a crypto in that sense, was sued, and they were basically being sued for being complete fraud, that the whole network would die out all the way together, right? Even at the alleged already, basically. I'm not too good in that wording that in English, but you guys know what I'm trying to say right there. Basically, alleging that they are a fraud would have already drawn most of the real, just people who are looking out for money, investors out, had they also believed the SEC. But XRP, it didn't really budge too much. You might say it went down 50%, 60, 70, 80, okay. But right now, we went from 75 cents back then to about 17 cents, all the way up to 45 cents where we're at right now. It has still a lot of volume. It's still going pretty damn strong. That's actually really interesting to me, how that is moving on. But yeah, that said, blah, 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 blah. Ripple ended 2020 strong with record customer numbers and high on-demand liquidity transaction volumes. In 2020, ODL volumes experienced 12 times year-over-year growth, and we've signed on more than 15 new customers despite the SEC lawsuit to date. And the SEC lawsuit came in when? 22nd of December? I don't quite remember, but I do remember that it hasn't been that long. It's only, let's say, been at maximum 8 weeks. So they've actually outperformed their 2 customers a week limit that they've set for themselves. The company's continued customer traction underscores that ODL has real utility and is solving the challenges with cross-border payments for financial institutions and their customers. That is again the executive summary. Now moving over into the SEC enforcement action plus Ripple's next steps. On December 22nd, the SEC, there we go, it was 22nd. I thought for a little second it might be 19, but it was 22nd. We had it correct. The SEC filed an enforcement action against Ripple, alleging that the company conducted an unregistered securities offering. This spurred rampant misinformation and speculation about the case from the press, analysts, detractors, and industry players. Last week, Ripple published its official preliminary legal response to the SEC complaint. Ripple also filed a Freedom of Information Act request for more information about how the SEC determined the status of Ether as a non-security. To date, they have offered no coherent explanation for that determination. With the SEC's enforcement action, the industry has gone from regulatory uncertainty to regulatory chaos at the expense of retail holders with no connection to Ripple and orderly markets. For 8 years, XRP has been trading on the open markets and has grown to a massive scale, trading more than $1 billion per day on some 200 exchanges. Tragically, the individuals and markets that SEC hurt are the same participants the SEC purports to protect. This report provides a deeper analysis on the state of the market below. Disciplined, responsible stakeholders, Q4 sales and purchases. Last quarter, total XRP sales by Ripple net over purchases were $76.27 million versus $35.84 million the previous quarter. Ripple focused solely on its over-the-counter sales and leases as part of providing increased XRP liquidity to certain RippleNet ODL customers to improve their ODL experience, eliminating the need for pre-funding and enabling instant global payments. For well over a year, Ripple has not sold programmatically. And programmatically here means they just sell every single week, for example, a certain amount for their own pockets. Total sales by Ripple net of purchases ended the quarter at 5 BPS or 0.05%, which is base points, of global XRP volume, according to Crypto Compare top-tier CCTT volumes, and this is compared to total sales in the previous quarter of 10 base points of CCTT, or basically 0.1%. So here we actually have a good overview. Sales summary, dollars and millions, Q3 and Q4, we see the ODL related sales has gone up, the total purchases has gone down, and the sales net, of course, is also, in that case, gone up, actually doubled. Then global XRP volume has gone times 4 in terms of, yeah, again, I lost my brain for a little second. ADV XRP, total XRP volume, and net sales as percentage of total volume. It's just the freaking volume there. ODL related sales include XRP sales to support ODL, including line of credit and key infrastructure partners, which is the top part. And note at the bottom here, figures were compiled using Crypto Compare API for daily yada yada yada. It doesn't really matter too much. It's just how they got the numbers. Certain wallets that are being used for XRP sales also provide short-term leases to market makers. This is worth noting given that this is often mischaracterized by market participants as sales leases are ultimately returned to Ripple. All right, then reported volume. CCTT's reported daily volume for XRP increased significantly in Q4. The average daily volume reported was 1.61 billion in comparison to 403 million. Notably, Q4 saw XRP volumes reach their highest levels ever recorded, trading more than $10 billion in a single day. The jump in volumes was likely due to the Flare Spark token airdrop snapshot, which took place on December 12th. Then here's the chart and then the volatility. XRP's standard deviation of daily returns over Q4 was 9.6%, representing a significant increase in volatility from Q3's 3.5% and Q2's 3.0%. XRP's volatility over the quarter was higher than that of Bitcoin, which is 5.8%, and Ethereum, 7.2%. All right, then moving over into Escrow. Again, it's a long one here, but I definitely think it is worth it here as we're getting a very good overview of how XRP is basically doing, especially over the last couple of quarters in comparison, I guess. In Q4 of 2020, 3 billion XRP, like always, were released out of Escrow, which is 1 billion each month, in line with prior quarters. In total, across the quarter, 2.6 billion XRP were returned and subsequently put back into new escrow contracts. For more information, you can actually press there. And then a deeper analysis on the XRP market. The SEC's filing needlessly muddied the waters for exchanges, market makers, and traders. It's disappointing and disruptive that some market participants, specifically in the US, reacted as they did. And I would like to actually come back to this one previously here. So this means there's 400 million XRP that Ripple basically used for either ODL basically, or for their own money. We don't necessarily perfectly know. You can see here there's an article on Ripple's website too which explains the escrow, but it actually does not explain exactly where the money has gone to as of this point, right? We can see, okay, they've taken out money for something, but what exactly is being spent upon, we do not know. They're also, I guess, kind of making it vague here with saying it could include quite a lot of things, but what exactly? They're not never really telling. That's something which I would like to see more, but on a different end, yeah, I do also get that they keep some numbers for themselves while being, mostly transparent. Ripple identified 33 market participants that announced some sort of restrictive action against XRP. However, most articulated a pausing of activity, not a delisting from their infrastructure, including Coinbase, which only suspended its trading services. Coinbase customers can still access XRP for deposits and withdrawal functionality. There were other market participants, including Uphold and GateHub, who publicly mentioned that they would continue to list XRP on their platforms, and there now is basically a comparison between global and the US. The vast majority of those who took restrictive actions were US or European venues that trade with US customers. These venues include Kraken, Bitstamp, and Crypto.com, as well as market makers such as B2C2 and Galaxy Digital. Note, Kraken, Bitstamp, Crypto.com, and B2C2 still offer XRP services outside the US. One of those 15 entities that halted XRP trading, the vast majority continue to offer custody of XRP. In fact, there were only a handful of venues that completely removed XRP from their platforms, including Swipe, Binance.US, and OKCoin. Two asset managers, Grayscale and Bitwise, liquidated XRP from their exchange-traded products. XRP's liquidation of XRP was linked to a technicality in the initial offering memorandum related to the role of the authorized participant of the fund. The memorandum noted that if the AP of the fund stopped trading the asset, Grayscale was required to liquidate its holdings accordingly. We estimate that approximately 12% of XRP volume were impacted. The only venue that took action in APAC was OSL, a small exchange out of Hong Kong, which halted XRP payments and trading services. Here you can see the APAC region 1, EMEA 14, which is, I guess, Europe, Asia, US 18, total 33. What they did, halted only 15, entire removal only 3, liquidated products 3, and US only restrictions 12, which is the best one. I guess, yeah, this is the best. I mean, it depends really. I guess it's basically the same thing, depending. Destruction of XRP value from SEC's enforcement action. Here we go. So this is basically what it comes down to in what Ripple thinks that it basically cost from the SEC's action. And again, you might call this a report basically on XRP and how it went Q4. You might also just call this Ripple's, kind of FU after their first initial response to the SEC, just saying F you, look what you've done to us. Look at what you've done to XRP. Ripple has always said that there is a dangerous lack of regulatory clarity in the US. Market participants do not have clear rules on the road, hindering crypto innovation and development. After the SEC filing, the crypto markets experienced some aftershocks and a negative impact on volumes. Ripple estimated that approximately 200 million of XRP volumes per day were impacted last quarter. To quantify this, Ripple segmented its analysis into two groups. 1. Exchanges that have completely halted XRP trading or removed XRP. And 2. Exchanges that have US-only restrictions. Ripple focused on the exchanges that make up the CCTT list, which Ripple views as the most accurate representation of crypto volumes. Of the exchanges on the CCTT list, 8 exchanges have taken some sort of restrictive action towards XRP. Half of these exchanges chose to fully halt or remove XRP trading on their platforms, while the other half chose to only ring-fence US activities. Although Ripple does not have visibility into the exact breakdown of the volumes on the latter, using a conservative estimate of 50%, Ripple calculated that $58 million of XRP volumes were impacted. Summing these two groups together, Ripple estimates that roughly 200 mil of XRP volumes were impacted, given CCTT's reported average daily volume of 1.6 billion, approximately 12.49% of XRP volumes were impacted last quarter. And there's a little bit of the numbers right here and what exchanges they're talking about. So Coinbase, 134 million, OKCoin, 214,000, Blockchain, 137,000, Binance US, 7.5 million, in total 142 million. With US restrictions, again, 71.3, 300,000. Okay, so 70 million, 1.3 million, 300,000 and 47 million, basically stemming down to 58 as well. This is again an estimate of how much is US based on this whole exchange. Might be way lower, it's just an estimate basically. But yeah, I've been thinking about this for a little while as well. How strange this all is, but all right. Then estimated of total impacted volumes comes down to 12.5% here, as you can clearly see. If you just kind of add everything together here, 142 plus 58 comes down to 200 out of the 1.6 is 12.5%. Then we're almost at the end, guys. XRP integrations and liquidity update. Q4 integrations. Q4 delivered several milestones in terms of institutional infrastructure around XRP. DBS, the largest South Asia bank, announced the launch of its digital exchange, enabling institutional and accredited investors to tap into the fully integrated tokenization, trading, and custody ecosystem for digital assets. The DBS digital exchange will offer services between 4 fiat currencies: SGD, USD, Hong Kong dollar, Japanese yen. So Singapore dollar, US dollar, Hong Kong dollar, Japanese yen, and 4 of the most established cryptocurrencies, namely Bitcoin, Ether, Cash, and XRP. Again, Bitcoin Cash. Then Standard Chartered Ventures announced its partnership with Northern Trust to launch Zodia, a cryptocurrency custodian for institutional investors, providing providing custody services for top assets, including XRP. These two integrations will deliver further robustness to XRP infrastructure and contribute to healthy XRP markets. Separately, Binance has also released 2 new futures collateralized in XRP, expanding its XRP derivatives market and allowing it to harness XRP's efficiency as a form of margin. Then liquidity and volume. As for the overall liquidity and volume, XRP ended the quarter as the 3rd most traded digital asset, moving up from ranking in 4th in the last quarter. And then last but not least, Ripple's 2020 momentum, ODL, Ripple X, and today. Last year was RippleNet's best year to date. In 2020, the company processed about 3 million transactions over RippleNet, which is nearly 5 times volume growth compared to 2019. Notably, ODL, which again uses XRP, experienced 12 times year-over-year growth, and transactions had a notional value of $2.4 billion. Ripple X, which used to be called Spring, developers have built on XRPL for its performance, low cost, reliability and security, accessibility, and inherently green attributes. Last year, the XRP ledger became the first major blockchain globally to decarbonize in partnership with the Energy Web Foundation. Ripple also worked with the XRP Ledger Foundation, a global nonprofit fostering development and innovation of the XRPL. Maybe actually XRP Ledger Foundation was Spring. Guys, I'm always confused about these names. They have, a little bit ago, split up all their previous companies' names, I guess, into newer ones, even though Spring was a subsidiary and a part which was sent XRP. I don't know which of these parties with what name officially became so, because again, they made a couple of these trademarks as well. And we've talked about this for a little while now, that I sometimes get confused which one exactly is which one. What we do know though, again, XRapid has become ODL, but that one was a little bit longer ago. Ripple X or XRP Ledger Foundation. Which one is specifically doing what? I think the XRP Ledger Foundation is actually only a part of Ripple, and they made that basically for all this lawsuit ordeal to not have XRP under them, but under the XRP Ledger Foundation officially, and to kind of have the ecosystem be run by them instead of Ripple to, again, work well for their lawsuit. And Ripple X, but you also have Ripple Dev, right? I think Ripple X is then, again, Spring still. But let me know if I'm wrong on that. I'm not 100% sure. I'll look it up after this video, but now I'm a little bit too late already. A global nonprofit fostering development and innovation of the XRPL to solidify XRPL as the leader in sustainability and ship new updates aimed at making it the de facto blockchain for crypto native developers. And then today, XRPL and ILP, Internet Ledger Protocol, combined reach an estimated 12 million users with over 100,000 known developer projects aimed at solving real use cases with blockchain technology and crypto. Ripple X has partnered with more than 40 companies championing XRP utility, including Coil, Forte, BRD, BitPay, XRPL Labs, and Flare, and will continue to provide SDK software development kits, services, and tools aimed at fostering crypto innovation on the XRPL. All right. Whew, that was a long one, 21 minutes, I believe, that we took to cover this one. But let me know what you guys think down below. I think, again, they have shown the SEC here. They messed them up. In the end, though, it's not really a really positive update. It's only kind of just a normal update. I mean, you can say, well, they got a huge amount of growth. We knew that all already, right? That was not new. We all saw that in their previous reports. The only thing they really did with this here is give the SEC a big FU to the face and kind of prove, again, they don't really care about what they're saying. They just know they're wrong. So, yeah, I'm just thinking, again, eventually it's all going to be proven right. Eventually the SEC will notice their mistake, or at least a judge will, and it will be ruled out as something positive. If not, though, then there's something wrong with the US system. There's literally something very freaking wrong. I just don't understand how this whole lawsuit can be based upon the idea that they're protecting US investors with this. I just really don't get it. But hey, maybe my mind is skewed because I'm invested in XRP and I like it a lot. If I am, always let me know. Be real in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it too. All right, I personally think the SEC makes no chance, but hey, if you do think so, let me know in the comment section down below, and I always enjoy you guys commenting your stuff below. I always appreciate it, so keep it up, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. All this other stuff will be coming a little bit later. Check out the channel, and I'll see you guys again in another one, as I just said.